Hello everybody, I hope everybody's doing good. Before we start on the next project, I have this 21-inch Craftsman here who was having a problem with the priming, and I did the repair on the priming, and I'll leave a link to that video in the comments. And it's been like 2 or 3 days later now, and I want to try to give it a cold start and see if it starts. See, as you can see, it's cold. It's ice cold. I'll give it about 5 primes. It still has a little mist in it, but that's the carburetor issue. You know, I'm not going to really be convinced until I get, you know, like 2 more mowers with the same problem. But it seemed to have worked on this, so that's pretty good news. Okay, so I'll show you what I got. I picked it up this morning for 30 bucks. No, I can't shut the camera off. I'll just take the camera off here and walk you over. Alright, it's a 20-inch MTD with a plastic Briggs and Stratton, which I'm not so crazy about. And I bought it as a no start. And, you know, I checked the machine over. I looked underneath. The blade's not bent, so doesn't look like he hit anything. What he said was at the end of last season he put it away and now it won't start. So I checked the deck out real good on this one because I have to use this deck, and I made sure there was no holes in the deck. And as I told you in the previous video about the cracks around where the engine bolts on, so all that looks good so far. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take it, I'm going to prime it and try to get it started, and then we'll move on from there. So I checked the oil, and the oil's almost full in it, so it's got oil in it, and I just pulled it a few times to see if it has compression, and it does have compression. It feels like it to me, so I'm thinking it's a carburetor issue. So I'm just going to take some of this 2-stroke mix and just spray some in there. That's probably way too much, but see what happens. So far, nothing. I'll pull the spark plug out and see what's going on in there, and I'll get that right back to you. It looks like I poured way too much gas in the carburetor throat. So what I did was I took the spark plug out and I gave it some pulls to get the gas out of it, and I dried off the spark plug, and we'll see what happens now. some brake clean and spray it in there and see. I don't know if it's a no spark. It doesn't look like he hit anything, you know, for the keyway to be sheared. But then again, you never know, you know? Unless it's still flooded from all the gas I poured in there. I don't know. Or it has no spark. I'm not sure yet. There's a mystery. It actually runs good. And I was pushing the primer and it's priming. I don't know. It's another one. I'm going to have to let it sit now and see what it does. I mean, it could still have bad gas in it, but it's running too good to me to have bad gas. So let's see what happens. I'll be back to you in about a second or so, and I'll just let this sit for about 3 or 4 hours, maybe longer, and see if it starts then. I don't know. Okay, so the only thing I did so far is I had a real good used air filter for it because it came without the air filter. And the guy showed me the mower and it didn't have the cover, but he found the cover. Also the hook to go, the starter rope goes on the handle here. I had one. He didn't have one on here. So, okay, so a few hours went by now, so I want to see how it starts now. A little bit of a hunting issue. I'm going to take it out in the field because the grass grew in the field, and I'm going to get set up out there, and then we'll try it out in the field. And I want to see what you guys think in the comments, you know, with that little bit of hunting. Do I take the carburetor off and give it a cleaning, or just try it for a few days and see how it does? I don't know. I know I'm going to take the top cover, the shroud off and everything, and clean that all out. I'm sure it's all full of grass and in there and everything. And I'll probably dump out the gas that was in there and put some fresh gas in it too. But I'm just going to have to see how it runs for the next couple of days. Or maybe I might just decide to pull the carburetor off and give it a clean. And please help me, friends. Let me know what you think I should do. Well, the grass or weeds or whatever you want to call this over here is pretty high, and the governor's working. It's picking up the speed. So I'm going to try it again tomorrow. I want to release this video now and see what you guys think about taking the carburetor apart and cleaning it out. Alright, thanks for watching, and there'll be a part 2 to this.